Welcome to another episode of Pure Transparency. We're your host,
Egabumi.
Anaya Jenny.
Today's episode is brought to you by Ataraxis, a place of peace, unity, and growth. Today's topic is overcoming imposter's syndrome. Now, please expound on this one because I have no idea. But I know it came from a junior place because you brought it up. So please explain what you mean by overcoming imposter
So a
syndrome.
lot of times in our lives, we want to do better. We want to be better, and we know like we'll feel out of place. Like this person that we are today, no matter if you like argumentative or your surroundings bring out the worst in you. And you say, yo, this is not who I am. This is not who I want to be,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, in turn, this is what we call imposters. Like in my field of expertise, it's more of we be like, okay, this ain't you. This is the imposter. This is, you know, this these things are triggering you to do this and to be like this. You ever notice that when you hang around certain people, you become just like them? If they're a thief, you're okay with being a thief, or you at least be like, they're not doing no harm. Or you never cheated in your life, but then you get cool with some people and they are cheaters. Then all of a sudden your views on cheating is different. Or you sitting up here and you can get with some people that are conspiracy theorists. And all of a sudden you start going down that rabbit hole and then it's
Right.
pow, you know, you don't believe nothing. So
Mm-mm.
this is what it becomes. People in your environment change you from being who
Mm-hmm.
you realize it and you say, yo, this ain't me.
Mm-hmm.
This is not who I was raised to be. This is not who I've grown to be. This is a setback. So since this is a setback, now I got to look at where am I trying to be? Like how Will Smith said it. He said, that's not me. That's who I am. But then if you look at Will Smith's life, and I'm not, I'm not around there, and I know we get tired of talking about Will Smith, but I'm just going off what he said. And then you start looking at how his wife act towards him. Then that
Mm.
term in turn make him to feel like I'm trying to make this person love me, right? And I don't know what to do to make this person love, make this
Mm.
person submit to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
that in turn is what is an imposter too, because we don't even realize it when we do things like that. When we're trying to earn someone's love, someone's
Mm-hmm.
unity, someone's commitment and submission, we end up
Mm-hmm.
doing things trying to, and we end up losing ourselves the more and more we try to do things to appease them. And in
Yeah.
turn, they're not even looking for that from you because
Mm-hmm.
they're not looking for the action. They're just looking for someone entirely new.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So, and we think it's the action, and sometimes they think it's the action, and that's not what
Mm-hmm.
it is. Because you can do the same thing, and what they'll do is they'll blow it off their shoulders like you did nothing, and everything will be dismissive and defensive. And you're like, what can I do to earn this person love? I showed
Mm.
everything. I showed all my weapons. I showed, I took them out to eat. I submitted to them. I gave unto him. I even did threesomes for him.
Mm.
Or I allowed her to have sex with other men. Do you get what I'm saying? I allowed her their freedom. I allowed him to have his freedom. It didn't work. He wanted me to
Mm.
be a freak, and I turned out to be this freak for him, and it still wasn't because why? He's not looking for you to fulfill that role. She's not looking for you to fulfill that role. And then now you're starting to be an imposter in yourself because that's not
Mm-hmm.
who you are. Just to try
Mm.
to appease someone that really don't appreciate you. Do you get it now?
I I do. I understand now. So, um, my experience in that is certain people influence a person that's not strong in who they are yet, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you don't know who you are yet and you get into an environment, and it's not necessarily all the time has to be toxic. It's just they have a more higher vibration frequency than you do, then you tend to be influenced by that vibration. Then you begin to take on that identity. I used to fall into the situation where I used to start talking like people. So if I
Right,
I had African friends all my life, I start taking on an African accent, not even realizing I was doing it. You see what I'm saying?
right.
Or when I lived in California, we lived in the valley. I started talking like a valley girl. Didn't realize I was doing it. Then I went came here and was around my country grandparents who had country grammar, I picked up that. You see what I'm saying? So I am the victim of that. And so it's just like when you're around people, what is that when it says in the Word of God in the Bible, it says that corrupt corrupt communication interrupts the person itself. So that's true. But how do you stop from going falling into that pit if you don't know who you are and you're strongly influenced by the environment that you're in, and you're not even realizing that you're picking up their personality? Your music taste changes, the way you
Mm-hmm.
change the way you wear your clothes changes, the way you do your hair changes. And that's correct, they can influence you that much to alter who you are. And the sad
Right,
part about that is that you don't even realize you're doing it until it takes a family member like, yo, you on some other stuff, like where you at right now, like
right,
who are you? And you're doing it to fit in, not knowing that you're doing it, but you're actually doing it and you're going into seek of who they are, and you're losing yourself and your identity. And the killing part about it is like you can't stop yourself. You don't even realize you're doing it.
right. So the thing is how you deflect it and how you can figure out that you're doing it is your integrity keeps you grounded. And a lot of people don't realize this. Your integrity and your accountability for self keeps you grounded. So even when you're starting to start creating these things called habits, because
Mm-hmm.
anything you do in life becomes a habit. If you're if you okay with cheating one time, you ever have an account when you was little, right? And you had like this plastic thing that you put a cover on and you put money in there and then you say, I'm never
Yes.
going to touch anything in that container. This is my
Mm-hmm.
savings, right? Then you
Mm-hmm.
go and you say, something happened one day and you go, all right, I'm just going to take $5 out. That's it. So you take $5 out. That creates the habit and the thirst. So guess what? Something else come up, and you take $5, $10. So I'm going to put it back. I'm going to put it back. The next thing you
Yeah.
know, it's all gone
Yeah.
because you never put it back. You change, and then it becomes habit. Your change becomes habit. This is why what a lot of people don't understand is when I tell them, I say, listen, if you have a bad partner, do not do what your bad partner is doing. Still show them love.
Mm.
They be like,
Mm-hmm.
they be like, no, why? Why am I going to show a person love that don't love me? Why am I going to show a person love that is doing this to me? I said, why? Because you're about to become them. You're going to start doing what they're doing to you. And then now you became them. And now when y'all not together, what end up happening? You going to sit up there and be just like them to another
Right.
person.
Right.
You're going to be the top. So what you do is even if they don't cook for you or they don't appreciate your food, you cook. If they sitting over there and they living in a pigsty, you clean. If you
Exactly.
sitting up there and it's their birthday, you get, even if they don't do the same for you. Because you already know when you're gonna stay and you already know when you're leaving. That doesn't change. But you never
No.
let a toxic person or a negative person or a person that just don't want to give to you. Change who you are. Because when
Exactly.
you allow that, you allow them to change who you are for good. And it's harder to get back to self. So you have to keep your integrity of self and hold yourself accountable to say, yo, I'm changing. My habits is
Mm-hmm.
not positive. My
Mm-hmm.
habit is not helping me grow. My
Mm-hmm.
habits is not helping my kid, my children. My children is watching me. They watching me yell at this man and belittle this man. All because I'm upset that this man cheated on me 7 years ago, 5 years ago, last year,
Mm.
3 months
Mm.
ago. But I feel like I got to show my hatred for this man because he hurt me. Do you get what I'm saying? But now your
Yes.
children watching that. Now your hatred has consumed you to be something that you are not, that you wasn't, that wasn't even you a year ago. You wasn't. I heard a lot of women say, "Oh, I'm not the type of woman that go through phones." Or I heard a lot of men say, "Man, I don't care. I don't go through phones." Then all of a sudden, they they're insecure,
They're going through it. Exactly.
going through it.
Exactly.
I tell them, I
Exactly.
said, "Listen, you allow the person to change who you are, and when you become insecure, there's no benefits or positivity coming out of insecureness. Why?
At all.
Because even when you don't see nothing, you still assume there is something. And so your
Mm.
actions start to reflect and fumes start to go keep going out, right? And then now your actions, your consistent actions is forcing that person to seek an outlet. And now that they seek an outlet, you just created that fear that you had, whether you
Exactly.
man or woman, you creating fears. All the why would you cheat on me? And I told you how I felt about cheaters and what happened to me. But did you change who you were?
Yes.
Why you're not realizing that you're causing people to seek outlets because you don't talk
Mm.
to them. You want to dictate when you want to talk to them or text them throughout the day. It's funny to me. People work the same job when you first meet a person. And then a year, 2 years later, they on the same
Mm.
job doing the same thing. And guess what? All of a sudden, they ain't got no time to text you or to call you.
That's so
But at
true.
the beginning, they was calling you all day. It
Yes,
was
they
like
were.
they wasn't working. You be like, yo, I got things to do, babe. Nah,
Mm-hmm.
nah, I miss you. But what happened
Mm-hmm.
to I miss you? What happened to let's meet up for a lunch date? Why you can't
Mm-hmm.
call her? Why you can't do for her just because? Why you have to go out and get flowers because you fucked up? Why you gotta
Mm.
go all the gifts because you fucked up? Why can't you just get gifts because you miss her?
Or you
Because you
appreciate
was
her.
thinking
Yeah.
about her. Right. I appreciate you. I love you. I value you. So I was out and I wanted to get you this. Or just even if it's not a gift, why can't you just say, hey babe, you had a long day, didn't you? Yeah, I did. Well, let me rub your feet and let's talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
These are things that we should be doing and getting in practice of. But the funny thing about it is we allow the imposter of ourselves to overshadow
Mm.
all of who we are. And then when we when we stop being in that situation, we like, no, I want that person back. They were so good for me. But while you was in that situation, you treated it like as if you could just toss it out the window.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't really valuable to you. When you
Mm-hmm.
have something valuable, you cherish it as if as the value of what it is. You don't sit over here and hold and say, I'm bored, I want something new. You don't sit over here and say, hey, you know what? You know, this person don't do nothing for me. Not what I want. They do six out of the 10 things you want. So that means those four things is more important to you than the
Yes.
six you're getting that you're winning with. These are things that we got to look at our posture and say, nah, I'm not going to be tricked by society because other people is giving me negative advice. My friends is giving me negative advice. My family is giving me negative advice. Anybody that wants you to be single when you're in a good relationship is just might be rough. Every relationship has turbulence, just like you're
Mm-hmm.
flying. There's not one relationship where you're just gonna be cruise sailing. Because if you are in that relationship, guess what? Oh, it's gonna be a nosedive to the ground because something
Mm.
gonna wake you up. Everybody got turbulence because a relationship is constant growth and constant understanding. And finding understanding is turbulence because sometimes within that understanding, we might not agree,
That's
even
true.
if it's even if it's right, but
Mm-hmm.
our views, our perspectives will say, "Nah, I don't want to do that."
Yeah.
But then some people have to go back and say, maybe that's why we're not growing because I don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You ever heard a person say, I give you both. You ever heard a woman always complain about her weight, but
Mm-hmm.
never want to go work out, never want to go to the
Mm-mm.
gym? Do you
Mm-mm.
get what I'm? And then you be like, dude, go to the gym with me. Nah, I don't want to do that. Oh, I'm getting fat. Go to the gym. And then the
Mm-hmm.
third time, I'm not going to say go to the gym. I'm going to just be like, well, your ass just sitting on the couch all day. Of course you're going to get fat. 1 plus 1 equals 2. Oh, you're so
Mm-hmm.
mean. I'm not mean. I try to get you to go to the gym. And I tried to sit over here and was like, I'm trying to help you be
Mm-hmm.
this person because you don't like
Mm-hmm.
this person you become. But yet
Mm.
you're telling me, fuck me. So I'm saying, why the hell you keep saying it? Or you might get those husbands, you know what I mean? Their boyfriends that got fat while they was with you, or they got fatter, right? And then they see you losing weight. Oh, what you going to the gym for? Why you going to work out? Why you going to do this? Why can't you just sit here with me? That's negative.
Yeah, it is.
If you want better, you would do better.
Mm-hmm.
If anything in life, when you sitting over here and you don't see that it is progression, you are digression. You're a
Mm-hmm.
digress. You're a decrease in everything. And the problem is with us as a culture, we accept all negativity, any and all negativity, as if it's positive and it's helpful. And when positivity comes, we fear it. And we
That's
need to
true.
flip that around and be like, nah, you giving me not getting advice. I don't want to hear that. Dude,
Right.
where you at in your relationship? I'm taking advice from a
Yeah.
cheater. You know what I'm saying?
Huh?
I'm taking advice from a woman that can't keep a relationship. Nigga, you just got
Mm.
divorced. Why am I taking advice from you?
Well,
You
hold
know what I mean?
on now.
No,
That don't
no,
mean
but
divorcees can't give advice.
I said negative advice, meaning a
Okay.
lot of new divorce, a lot of people give advices on their situation. Meaning,
Mm-hmm.
if a person, 9 out of 10, if a person is divorced, male or female, what they say? Oh man, you might as well get divorced. Fuck it, bro. Party all day. That's what guys say. What a woman
Mm-hmm.
say, you single, he ain't worth your time, girl. Come with me, hot girl summer all day. And then guess what? They don't realize it's cold at night. You get lonely.
Mm-hmm.
Being single ain't always cracked up to be, especially see it's a difference when you're single and your partner wasn't shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, pros and cons, but it's a big difference when you chose to be single and you didn't appreciate your partner. You
Mm-hmm.
didn't value, you didn't see the value in them because guess what? Your imposter got the best of you. That say, you know what? It's going to be the same thing as if I was single before. It's going to be fun. It's going to be this, and then you get out there and it's cold in those streets.
Mm-hmm.
And then that person, then you got to watch from afar. That person that you didn't appreciate be all what they were to you and more to other people.
That's true. That's true. That's true. So back to what I was saying before, the right The correct scripture says, "Evil communications corrupt good manners." So, and it's going along with what you're saying. Like, be careful who you get advice from, because not everybody has good intentions. And let's just
Right.
be honest. Nobody wants to be single alone. Misery
Mm-hmm.
loves company. And then it's on the flip side of that too. You're in a dead situation. There's no life is getting revolved at all. Nobody is willing to make compromises. Nobody is willing to change. Nobody is willing to go and talk to somebody professionally to make the situation better for themselves. So that's where you will have that person be like, well, maybe you need to separate. So you sometimes you don't appreciate what you have until you left it alone. You know what I mean? And then you think about it like, well, damn, he did used to get up and make sure I had my favorite breakfast. Or well, he know I only eat fruits and vegetables, but he would always make sure that the refrigerator was stocked. He knows I love spring water. He always went out this way to make sure I had spring water. Those type of things. You see what I'm saying? Those things speaks to you when you feel as though you're so frustrated and you over a person. But when you're in your alone time, that shit kicks in. And that's when you begin to remember, like, well, maybe it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. And that issue I thought I had wasn't that big at all. So therefore that is correct. When you're in that circle of all single people, you begin to take on that mentality of I'm single, and you're imposing yourself to be single, and you're not. You have a beautiful man at home. And I mean beautiful, I mean beautiful. The fact of the matter, let's just be honest. How many men are rubbing a woman's feet? How many men, if you lay on their shoulder, they're rubbing your scalp? How many men, if you're taking a bath, he comes in there and he's bathing your bath, or you guys are sharing showers together? These are the things that we take for granted. Some women don't even want to be bothered. That's your trauma. You can't get past what you've been through, and you got to love a man that's trying to love you. So at the end of the day, you have to be mindful of what you're saying and who you're saying it to. And then sometimes it could be you. You're the issue. If you don't have a friend that's going to check you about your bullshit, excuse my mouth, then you don't need to be with them. If they're always in agreement with you, that's not a friend, bro. If you're right, you're right. But if you're wrong, you're wrong. And if a real friend, I had a best friend. This was my road dog. Loved her to death. We worked at the same hospital. This is my road dog. I used to watch her do her, and she had a good man. And I would tell her like, "Yo, that ain't right. Like I can't rock with you on that." And then she would put me in her situation. I was her excuse. I was her alibi. And it's one last time, like he was mad at me. Like I couldn't even come to the house anymore. I didn't even know why I couldn't come to the house. You know what I mean?
Because he
So
think
I
you're
was
a bad
telling her
influence.
exactly. And I'm like, I'm not even into all of that. I'm not drinking. That's not my thing. You see what I'm saying? So had to leave her alone. Checked her though, like, yo, you got a good one. And it's very, and they married in high school. And he's still in love with it. But I mean, he's in love with his wife. He's in love with his hot wife, and
Right.
she's growing apart because her wants and needs are because she's ambitious. She's a business
Right.
person, so she knows she's evolving. He's evolving one way, she's evolving the other way. Neither one of them is wrong, but they're just not right together. So it's just like
Mm.
I'm telling her, like, yo, I can't be in agreement with that. You know what I'm saying? The way I was raised, this is not what marriage is about. And you can't keep taking advantage of this dude and you out here living your life because you think you got him wrapped around your finger. But then when
Right.
he does something, all of a sudden your world is all corrupt and oh, he ain't shit. No, but you weren't shit for years. So it was just like I
Yes.
couldn't because I'm not that type of person. I didn't want to think like this type of lifestyle was okay for somebody that's married because it's not. I'm a single friend, true, but I always carry myself as if I'm somebody's wife. Have done that as a young kid because that's why I was raised. You're somebody's wife. Can't be out here just willy and nilly. Yes,
Right.
ma'am. You know what I
So
mean? So it's just
it's
mhm.
I know I was just saying I agree with you. It's just crazy. But go ahead.
So you have to be careful of the friends that you keep. Stop, and if you feel as though you're changing, if your environment can change you to the degree you're talking different,
Mm.
yo, that person's taste all of a sudden is your taste. Knowing darn well you don't wear heels, you're more of a flat person, but all of a sudden you look like them heels. Even though I love high heels, I don't know why women don't wear them, but I'm just saying. And
You
then
love
all of a
what?
sudden
He I
high
heal.
heels,
He I he
high
I heal.
heels.
He I
I am a
he I
heel
yo. He
person.
ho.
I'm
He
sorry
ho
for those
y'all.
who are not.
I don't understand it. The foot was made for heels. Sorry. So it's
Mm,
just like, and you're not that type of person, but all of a sudden you're noticing that certain things they say, oh, well, why are you wearing that? And all of a sudden you find yourself switching the way you look. And it's not that so much that it's for the better. It's just for you're not doing it to look better in their eyes
right,
or in their view of looking better, but you're doing it to make appease people. That's when it becomes a problem. Now you're losing yourself to do what? To be in agreement with them? No, don't lose your self identity. Know who you are. You got to be strong in who you are and what you believe in before you can get
right.
around people that can influence you to do other. That's all I'm saying. It's sad, but it's common, very common.
It People gotta understand who you choose to spend your time with. Doesn't matter if it's at work. Doesn't matter if it's during leisure time, your friends, your family, right? These are the most people that will impact your relationship. These are the most people that will have your relationship in turmoil or have it in bliss. Because your true friends should always stay out your business.
Say
They
that
should
again.
talk about your true friends should always stay out your business. Meaning,
Always.
you ever have a good friend when they're in a good space and
Hmm.
then you tell them about your issues, you just be like, and they'll be like, yo, you'll work that out. Yo, it's just a
Hmm.
problem. Yo, you'll work that out. But your
Hmm.
toxic friends like, leave him, leave her. Nah, man, you should just cheat. You should. They don't give you advice. They give you where they're at in their life. So if they're giving you where they at in their life, and you be like, yo, that's not even positive,
It's
right?
not.
This is all
It's not.
toxic. Why are you there taking advice from them? Why are you spending time with people like that? I had a homeboy that sat up there and he invited me to his wedding. But this dude was showing me pictures of women and I'm like, I'm not coming over there for that. I'm like, what you ain't coming to my wedding for? What? Just so y'all can get divorced? Nah, I'm good. I'm staying my ass right in Florida. Why? Why am I gonna go up there and waste my money for a tux and flight and a plane ticket and a hotel just for what? Because you already cheating on me before you even married. Like, dude, I'm not gonna be a part of that circus. We have to hold the people that surround us accountable.
Accountable.
If they're
Yeah.
giving you some negative advice, you stop them and be like, there's nothing positive that you even said. Just like you sitting over here and you're trying to get a job, right? You're
Hmm.
not going to go and take advice from a person that haven't worked, that never worked,
You're not.
or that only worked it. They worked a job that was less than what they deserve. You want to take advice from those people? So why
Mm-mm.
are you taking advice from people that don't try in relationships,
Mm-mm.
that self sabotage in relationships? Why are you taking advice from people that don't even know how to be happy in a relationship?
Exactly.
There's
Exactly.
people that really don't know. They would want to be married or want to be in a relationship all because their friends are in a relationship or their
That
friends
is
got married.
true.
And
That
then
is true.
once they get in those situations, they like, man, this shit ain't for me.
At all.
Marriage.
Mm-mm.
What? I gotta tell you where I'm going? I gotta show
I don't
you
mind that.
respect. No,
Yeah.
but some people
Yeah.
do. I'm a
Yeah.
grown. I don't have to tell you where I'm going. Okay. When you
No.
open
Me
one
myself.
door, two door
Yeah.
open. Then that
Exactly.
dude or that woman is not going to tell your ass where they going. And then you going to be looking sick like, yo, where you at? You ain't come home. Let your ass,
Mm-mm.
if it's good for you, it's good for them. If
It's
you go
definitely
out
good
with
for
your
them.
friend and then come back at 5 in the morning, some people like, oh, that's cool. That's not cool with me. Why is
It's
it
not
not
cool with
cool?
me.
Because you're taking single people be out that time. That's disrespectful. And another
It's
thing
true.
is if the dude or the woman cared about you enough, yo, anything could have happened to you. You get what I'm
Exactly.
saying? I'm the type that
Exactly.
that will be sitting up watching TV, tired as hell, waiting, And I got to make sure that your ass walk through the door because I don't want to hear that you was on the news. I don't want to hear something that happened to you. So I got to make sure your ass home while you out partying.
Yeah.
I'm home stressing, making sure calling after 2 o'clock, calling like, yo, you good? Yeah, I'm good. Why you keep calling me? Because I care about you. Do you get what I'm saying? But that's okay to some people. Some people they don't want people to be genuinely cared about them or trying to do because they're so busy wanting to live that single life. But they gotta
Mm-mm.
understand, you're getting older each and every day. You're getting older each and every hour. And then you're gonna wake up, you 60 years old, and you're a man
Crazy.
that's alone. Alone,
Mm-hmm.
nobody want to deal with your ass. Your sexy body that the girls used to hoot and holler over is gone. You alone. Or you're a woman, you 60, 70 years old, 60, 70, 50, whatever. And the men, your quota in men is gone. Now you gotta deal with what you gotta deal with. And 9 out of 10, those men that age, they stuck in their ways. They ain't shit. You
They
gotta be
ain't.
like, man, I gotta deal with this ain't shit nigga because I was picking and
Mm-mm.
choosing for 30 years.
Mm-mm. You ain't
All
gotta
because
deal
you
with them.
allowing your yeah, but you gotta deal with them or be single. That's your only option. You get what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. The older you get, the older you get, the the value, the value and quality in people decrease. So
And that's
the one
true.
so we just have to
That's
be
true.
aware. It's not saying to settle for people, but we have to pick up what's important for us and what's not. Because
Mm.
me at a young age, sex was important for me, right? But then
Was
when you
it
said,
now?
yeah, it was more important than anything else. I was like, man, she ain't fucking me. Fuck out of here. I'm out. But then you get older and you be like, all right, well, I can roll with that punch. Maybe it's life. Maybe it get back on a year or two from here. You know what I mean? Because she treat me kind. We do a
Mm-hmm.
lot of other things together. You get what I mean? Maybe I can
Mm-hmm.
wait and have patience for that to go back on track. You get what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? This is how you got to be sometimes. Because sometimes you can't be always want to pull the trigger and be like, oh, it ain't going my way. I'm going. I'm done. Oh, you lost your job? Psh, I'm out of here. Like what? I can't do this by myself. You shit and piss like me. No. Sometimes, I gotta have your back, and sometimes you gotta have mine. You know what I'm saying? This is the reason why there's a lot of turnover rate, especially in our culture,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because our love value is always on. If this leaves, I leave. If
Exactly.
this ain't here, I'm going. I
Exactly.
need I need that instead of saying, yo, I care about you to a point. I understand these are my needs. I understand this is my needs, but I can work with you to get back. But there's also a time limit on working. I can't work with you for 10 years. Can't work with you for 5 years. Ain't nothing changed. I
That's too
can't say,
long.
yo, I still believe in you, your potential, your potential, your potential, but you don't
Nah.
even see potential yourself.
Nah. We get you only so much, and we as women we fall in love with potential so fast. And then when we
Mm,
actually like when you're courting somebody, you're seeing their potential. They're just a
right.
representative. That's not the real person. And then when
Unless,
you're in the
unless it's me.
relationship,
You're going to see all this asshole straight up front. Gotcha. Ah, well, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
so
That was my this just spilling out, just gagging at the mouth.
Lord have mercy. So when you I forgot what I said, damn it.
He would do it.
I
Thank you, Jesus.
cannot
Thank you, Mexican
stand
Jesus.
you. Oh my
White,
God, I
black,
forgot what
and
I was talking
Mexican
about.
Jesus. Jose. Give me a tequila, Jose. Mexican Jesus on point.
Do y'all see what I go through Do y'all think this is fair? This is not fair. Like, this is every day. Like, come on. You ain't took my,
That,
now I feel like Rose. Rose, he ain't took my thought too, dang it. Now there you go. I'm done. I don't know what I was about to say, sir. Can't
you was
elaborate
about
on
to say,
anything.
you was about to say, Mexican Jesus always come through with the tequila.
No,
Won't he do
that's
it?
not what I was about
Won't
to
he
say,
do it?
Lord. It
Won't
ain't,
he
it
do it?
ain't, no, 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 no. That wasn't it. I don't know
Hey,
what I was
you don't
about to
know what
say,
it was.
but
You
that,
don't know what it was, though. You do not know what it
ooh,
was. You don't know
that's
what it
some
was.
dirty shit there.
No.
Nah, that's dirty.
You don't
That's
know what it
dirty
was. You
dog
said you
dirty.
forgot. You said you
That
was
I
forgot.
did. I,
I asked Mexican Jesus, and he gave me the answer. You wanted
I
tequila.
cannot
Won't he
see
do it?
this is
Do
the
it. Won't he do it?
problem. This is the
Yes.
problem. This right here, that's the problem. All of that, that's a problem. But I will say
Oh.
this though, the importance
Mm,
of knowing yourself and the importance of knowing and valuing your relationships
mm,
and knowing what your relationships in the role that they play, the benefits of it, the benefits of not having it. Everybody feel as though, oh, I can't be by myself. God, that's it. Why aren't y'all scared to be by yourselves? When you break up with somebody, instead of going to a rebound relationship, why are you scared to be single? Why can't you be by yourself to learn yourself to heal? First of all, you got to heal and detox this MF out your system. Why are you scared to be alone? And then you end up getting with another nothing tail dude who's similar to the one you just left because you got a type and you're your own toxic. That's the problem. And then it's a cycle of the same dude. It's the same dude. And you're not getting different. I want different, but you're not different. You attract who you are. If you're toxic, guess what? You get a toxic dude. It's just like you have to be by yourself. I watched this girl on YouTube, and she the whole detoxing thing that she does with when she's break up with somebody and she's single for a while because she says I understand the importance of detoxing. I don't want to hurt my potential love with the old crap somebody that didn't appreciate me. I don't want to bring that baggage here. Not to mention, I had sex with this guy. I got to make sure my body is good. Keep it real. If he's cheating, and the sad part about it is you don't know things are going on in your body till later down the line. Now you just left this dude, and 6 months later, and you were hopping in bed with this dude. No, bro, you need to take your time and
you gave it too
pace
much
yourself.
time. You
You
gave it
give,
too much
yeah,
time.
you
You
gotta,
left
you
this
gotta.
dude. You left this dude a week ago, and your ass hopped in the bed with the new nigga that you just met.
Okay,
Most of these
that
women
I
ain't
did too
doing.
long.
Yeah, you did too long.
I'm talking about me.
These dudes hopping in the bed with the woman because that's going to be on their necks. They already did it. Why they with the old one? They leaving out of that door, walking in her door. Like, dude,
You,
like,
I don't know why our people are scared to be single. Be single. Understand singleness is cool. Like there's
yeah,
no way, there's nothing telling forcing you to be into a situation until you're ready. I was
yeah.
celibate for 9 years. 9 years. That's a long time. But my thing was I wanted different.
Ooh,
I didn't want, even though I did. I was celibate for 9 years. And that's
Jose,
very hard for somebody that has a
Jose,
very high sexual.
help her, Jose. Give her tequila. Yes, 9 years, boy. You needed a lot of shots. No, I'm sorry. I'm just thinking.
I
But
was. I was I was single for 9 years because I wanted different though. I was so
mm,
adamant about that. I got married, even though he was the worst dude ever. Even though I was doing in my right and I was in my right, I did get married. But the thing about it was he wasn't right for me either. But at the same time, I was happy because I went through the measures of I want different. I didn't
right.
want something that I had. And I knew what I was. I knew I was a wife. I knew the things that I deserved. Now, was he a dog dude? No, he was good until he wasn't good. And that's the problem for me. And then it was just like, we have to stop jumping from situation to situation to situation, thinking that next person is going to help us get over the old person. No, sweetie, all you doing is smearing his bullshit and all the men that you involve yourself with. Same thing with the men. You smearing that bullshit that she put you through on all these other women. Now they got to heal themselves from the isms that caused you to call her an ex in the first place. It's not
Right.
fair, and it's a chain reaction. If you don't take nothing else away from what I'm saying today, be okay in your singleness until you're not single. Be
Mm.
content. Learn how to be content. A lot of that is self-care. A lot of that is affirmations. A lot of that is meditation. A lot of that is dating yourself. I dated myself for that 9 years, to the point when I got married. I'm gonna show you guys pictures. They had to force me to kiss my husband because I didn't. Oh, she was like, Marie, kiss your husband. I'm like, huh?
I'm like,
What?
it's over. Divorce.
It's
And
I was
no.
so stuck because I was so in my head, and I had to get to myself like, Marie, it's okay to touch somebody now you're married. You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like I was so far removed from that because I was content in myself. And that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not saying ladies go 9 years. I'm not saying that. God, I would never do it again though. I'm gonna keep it all the way real with
Jesus.
you.
Jesus,
Oh my
take the
God.
wheel.
But what I'm saying
Jesus.
is be okay with your sing. You're gonna stop coming for me. You're gonna have to learn how to be okay in your singleness. When you're okay with your singleness, you're working on yourself. And that's why I'm saying, like he always say, nobody's okay with being single. But sometimes you have to be in that mindset. I don't want to bring this bullshit into my new situation.
But
Let me do
let me
surgery on myself.
clarify. Okay. Nobody is okay with being single, but that doesn't stop you from doing the work. You get what I'm saying? I just dislike people lying to themselves, saying they're okay. No one's okay being single. When I left my kid's mother that cheated on me with 6 different people, right? I looked at it as, damn, I fucked up because I caused that. I had my phone locked and I put this thought in her head that this is what I was doing. But in reality, I was doing this when I really wasn't. You know what I mean? I wasn't cheating, but I didn't help the matter either. Do you get what I'm saying?
Thank you for
Because I
that.
didn't,
That's
because
huge.
my habit. So
Hmm.
my thing about it is we have to hold ourselves accountable for stuff. So what I did was I was like, yo, I took some time for myself. It wasn't no damn 9 years. It was like 9 months, maybe
There
a
you go, coming
year.
for me again.
You
What
know
I'm
what
gonna
I'm
need you
saying?
to do, back up off
I'm
me.
just
Back
saying.
up off
I'm
me.
just
Get
saying.
up off
I
me.
was
Get up
while I
off
was
me.
single, I was big
Mm.
pimping with Lisa and Rachel. You know what I'm saying? I was big pimping, and Lisa and Rachel had my back wholeheartedly. Oh, I mean Rachel, Lisa, big pimping. Yeah, you don't
You
get it.
know what?
But
You know what? You know what?
but but all I'm saying
Class is
is
over. The class is dismissed. We're done. Look, class dismissed. We're done. Thank you, sir.
sage them, sage them, sage
I'm
them.
just,
All I'm saying
huh,
is, all
Lord.
I'm saying, you know, when you are ready, you shouldn't have walls. You can't go
Exactly.
into a situation and say, I'm just going to go into a situation with my walls up. Because what happens is, not only does that wall stop bullshit from getting in and anything
Mhm.
else, it stopped anything from getting out. So you
That's
are
true.
not getting nothing. And you know what I mean? You're not giving them anything to say, hey, you're different. And they're not getting anything. You know what I mean? They're not, what they're trying to do is not getting to you. They can be the
No.
best man or the best woman to you, and you got your walls up and you don't see it. And that's
Mm-mm.
why you sitting up here and you and your self and inflicted imposter, like, this person ain't good for me. But you're not paying attention to what they're doing for you, the pillar that they are in your life, how much you're winning when you're with them. There's a saying, like, you know, you could see a guy or a woman and she can have a nice car and she can have a nice house and he can have a nice car and a nice house. He can have money. That's going to appease you. And you're going to be like, yeah, I need to get that because this
Mm.
is it's the upgrade for me. But the moment when you
Mm.
get that, let's say 6 months go by, a year go by, you've been living in that nice house. You've been driving that nice car. You've been spending that good money. That gets old. Then what's next? What do you have? What fulfills you in that situation? We need to stop looking at people for an upgrade. We need to look at people to say, yo, we connect with you. And when you connect with them, when you connect with the right people, y'all can gain that upgrade together. Because guess what? Y'all planning together. Y'all making
Mm-hmm.
moves together. What's the
Mm-hmm.
point of playing house and y'all not making no move? What's the point of playing
Mm.
house and you're not planning together? You don't even have a plan for the rest of the year. And it's already what, April? But you've been in this relationship or this marriage forever. How often do y'all plan things and actually stick towards this plan? Planning to lose
Don't.
weight, planning to save money, planning to open a business. What's your family plan? What's your weekly plan, your monthly plan, your yearly plan? Because you need each one
Mm.
of them to reach the next level.
That's
These are
true.
these are growth tablets, templates. These are growth templates that you need to do. And you wonder why y'all
Templates.
ain't. It's because you don't have growth templates in your life. All y'all
That's true.
doing is fucking and living. That's it. Fucking and living gets old. You know what gets fun? Creating memories. Create memories with each other. You know what memories do? When the times you want to leave your partner, when the times you want
Brings
to
you
say,
back.
fuck this, the memories keep you there.
Mm-hmm.
But if you
That's
don't
true.
create no memory, when it's time that you want to leave, you leave because you ain't got no memories. You got nothing that keep you grounded. You don't create nothing. All y'all do is work and be about during the day. That's it. All he does is play the video game. All you do is watch ratchet shit on TV or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because it's crazy. But y'all don't
Very.
never intertwine to say, yo, let's sit over here and spend some time together. Each day, let's take an hour, talk to each other without distraction. Let's eat dinner as a family. Let's cook together. Like you said earlier, let's take a shower together.
Mm-hmm.
You get
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When did y'all stop being intimate? When did y'all stop communicating? These are things to revisit and to
Mm-hmm.
come up and say, when did we stop this? And then y'all start it back and build up how you can keep it and maintain it. When did
Mm-hmm.
we stop being affectionate? When did we stop doing date night? Why is there a struggle doing date night?
Why is it a
You know
struggle
what I'm
during
saying?
date night? Mm.
That's crazy.
Mm.
Why, when I'm
We
around you, I'm more invested in my phone than I am in your mind? These are
how you
things that we have to do. But go ahead.
how you ever go to sorry babe, not to interrupt you. How you ever went to a restaurant and you see a couple and they both like this?
Yep.
Nobody's talking to each other. So what was the point of you going to spend 80 to 100 some dollars to be on your phone and not interact with your partner?
Because they think that's the thing to do.
That's so
The
rude.
society tell them to go out. So guess what? They go out, but they still be empty. Society tell them, hey, take them women on dates or take them, go out with the men. And you go out and y'all be empty. Society tells you and say, hey, you must do this. And you go do it and you be empty. Why? It's because that's not who you are. You can't be creative because you don't think about being creative. You can't sit over here like I said before, right? I said, let me tell you something. I use the dollar store for almost anything. Why? Because I can get a lot of shit for $1. You know what I'm saying? And if you do it right, it's not about the value that you're getting from the dollar store. It's about the value and the quality of what you can create from the
That's
stuff you
true.
got in the dollar store.
That is true. That is
Lay
true. Because
roses out. You got cups and glasses. Boom, boom, boom.
hmm
You got saucers and plates. You got candles. Man, nobody care that they from the dollar store. It's gonna be Instagram, social media, look what I got. Dude. And me, I'm cheap. I recycle those roses. I'm picking up every little bunch. This is gonna be for Valentine's Day. Don't get on me. But I'm just saying, my thing about it is you can, if you stop being an imposter in yourself and you start holding yourself accountable,
Mhm.
realize how often do you apply that pressure in your relationship. Realize how often you apply that consistency in your relationship
Mm.
that that's going towards your partner, not
Mhm.
for your benefit, but for theirs.
Mhm.
Going towards your partners, if you're in poly, for their benefit, not yours. How
Mm.
often do you apply that pressure with your kids? Your children need your time too, quality
Mhm.
time. If you look at your phone and it says that you was on social media for 14 hours, do you know how many
That's a lot.
hours you could have spent with your partner off of social
Mhm.
media? But
Mhm.
you got time. How many hours you
Mm-mm.
could have spent with your children off of social media? But yet you said you ain't got time. Look at your phone and how much time you spend on your phone. Every phone does it nowadays, and you will see that you have time. You just pick and choose where you want to spend your time.
That's true.
And that is holding yourself accountable. Acknowledge
Mm.
that and change that. Because if you don't, you can't get mad that people want to separate from you because they look
That's
at it
true.
as there's no growth.
That's true. That's true. I have nothing.
You have
Believe it or
nothing.
not, I have nothing.
Really. Jose
I
gave you
have
some
nothing.
tequila. Jose gave you kill.
Because
That's what it is.
I just feel like we keep reverting back to the same point of the matter. And then like I said, it's like you have to know yourself. You have to know, you have to ground yourself. You have to, relationships are work. It's work. It's beautiful on Instagram and Facebook, TikTok. See what I'm saying? Snapchat, if it's even in the distance anymore. It's like it looks good, but it's work. And if you're not willing to put in the work to make sure your spouse is okay, like he puts on the work to make sure you're okay, don't do it. Don't do it. And don't allow the impossibles of somebody else's personality to alter who you are, and then now you can embrace your spouse. You see what I'm saying? And it's just like you have to be mindful of those things, that it's not easy. Get one of these things called a family. It's not for the weak. It's not.
Mm,
If you're not ready for it, you can't do it. You're not going to be able to. It's not peaches and cream 24 hours of the day. The Negro may pass gas and then will piss you off. You see what I'm saying? He may make a joke and you like, dude, too soon. I ain't over my attitude yet. You like, I don't give a damn. And you just like, you're aggravated all over again. But you have to know that it's work, and you got to be willing to do the work. If you're not willing to do the work, don't do this. Especially if you're in a poly situation, you got a whole lot of other people to think about.
mm,
It's not for the weak. And if you know you're weak, you know you're selfish, you know you're mean spirited, you know you got your moments, bro. You need to be by yourself until you don't have those isms, and that you actually can come into a group, into a person, and enhance the growth in the man that he is. That's my final
true.
words, because ain't that about time?
It's almost.
It is.
My final words is because Jesus just gave this to me. He
Go
gave me a
ahead,
shot.
Jesus. Go ahead, Jesus.
So
You got a shot?
so my final words is a relationship and a marriage can work under five rules guaranteed. If if everybody involved does it.
Mm-hmm.
One, you go to bed together.
Mm.
That, oh, I'm going to bed at this time, you go to bed at that time. Nah, that causes division. and then that makes whoever go to bed early make them okay with you not being in bed after a while. They
So you
became
teaching me
that's
how
the
to live
norm.
without you.
Exactly.
Mm-mm.
And also that teaches you that's create that distance on both halves. That it's
Mm-hmm.
okay to be divided. Number two is do things together in house and outside the house. Meaning when y'all get y'all ratchet ass out of bed in the morning, if y'all getting out together, make the bed up together. You get what I mean? Brush your teeth together. There shouldn't be you in the bathroom now. I gotta wait. Nigga, I seen you naked. I seen
No,
your
you didn't.
titties. I seen your booty. You get
No,
what
you
I'm
have
saying?
not.
You
No.
get what I'm So it shouldn't be a thing that you and your man go out, go into the bathroom, brush your teeth. If she's taking a douche, it's life. Take a shower and be like, "Ooh, you stink. Oh my God, I gotta air this up." You know what I mean?
No,
These
I
little
only eat
things.
fruits and vegetables. Yeah.
Yeah. Them vegetables, boy, they rotten as hell. But you know, these are
Rude.
things that you we take for granted, but they are the basic things that and more the most valuable things. You know,
Key
number
components.
three,
Absolutely.
number three is chivalry on both halves, meaning
I agree.
the guy should sit over here and open up your car door and open up door. If he go and open up your car door and you slide in your lazy ass, then guess what? You need to lean over and open up his door. I'm just
Agree.
saying, it's not just for you. We have to get out of that selfish mindset. And that's the number four, the selfish mindset of being like, oh, they need to do this for me. Oh, da 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 da. But then you're forgetting about what you need to do for them. The
Exactly.
selfish mindset of they don't do something for you or they made you feel some type of way and they might not even acknowledge it. And you don't, instead of you going to them and telling them, you want to sit up there and react to where you feel they wronged you. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like they don't even know that they wronged you. That
Mm-hmm.
leads me into number five, effective communication.
Like exactly.
If in every relationship you need to give it and take it.
Yes.
You can't just
Yes.
say, I want to speak what's on my chest, but you're not listening either. You need
Right.
to listen as much as you talk. You need
Mm.
to talk to each other and not talk at each other.
Mm-hmm.
You need to sit over here and be able to have a disagreement, right? And then not
Mm-hmm.
turn into yelling, arguing, belittling, hitting, someone leaving. You should be able to have a
Mm.
disagreement and say, hey, babe, what you want to eat? Nah, I just don't agree with it. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It that's called maturity. All that, oh, he didn't agree with me, so I don't want to talk to him. She didn't agree with me, man. Fuck her. I don't want to talk. Nah, nobody have to agree with you. You have
Mm-mm.
your mind, they have theirs. But
Exactly.
you always respectfully disagree. Go move on. You don't have to stay on that topic.
Mm.
That topic and trying to stay on the topic causes resentment.
It
And then
does.
you're going to resent your partner in anything that they do. Oh
Mm-hmm.
man, I hate when you want to smack while you eating chicken. Not smacking, I'm chewing my. Well, you chewing
Oh,
very loudly.
that's divorced.
Oh,
Divorced.
I hate, I
Not
hate how
smacking.
you walk.
Oh,
Oh, you want to zip up your pants? What you want everybody to see your penis? I don't think they can see my.
first of
Okay,
all,
I
sir,
zip up my penis.
please, please, thank you.
I just,
Willie
le-
don't need to
I
come
just
and
left
visit
out.
nobody.
I just left out
Big
the
Willie
bathroom.
ain't meant to be
I
set
just
free.
left out the
We
bathroom.
ain't setting free Big Willie up here, okay?
I'm about, I'm
No,
about to take, I'm about to take my pants off. No, but
no, no.
you, all I'm saying is, you just have to. always be the best version, even of yourself, even when you're going through trials and tribulations. Be the best version you can be, not accepting the worst of you. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of us, we accept the worst version of us because we're going through things instead of
Mm-hmm.
just saying, I want to be the best version I can be. And it don't have to be perfect, but it can be better than you was yesterday. It can.
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, we have to choose to say, I choose you. If that's the person you want to be with, say, I choose you each
Exactly.
and every day, not just one. When you say I do, you say I do before you get married. And that's by saying I do each and every day to that person. I do choose you. And after you get married, you say I do even harder. And I do choose you. When you go through your trials and tribulations, you say I do. When you don't agree with her, when you sitting up there and you're angry because she's not listening, you're angry because she's not giving you no affection or no booty, but you still say I do, because guess what? All them things is just obstacles that you and her or you and him can accomplish and y'all can overcome together. But you got to do it together. That's my final
That's
word.
good.
Clap, clap, clap. Thank you for watching. We're your hosts, your hostess.
Ego Boomy.